So it turns out I'm nearly 40. I don't know how this happens, but it's something we're all going to have to come to terms with. Not the fact that I'm turning 40, the fact that you may one day turn 40 if you haven't already. And because of this shocking revelation, I've had to really think about my skincare routine. So previously I fell into the category where I'd buy a moisturiser and use that pretty much every day. It would have the more manly colours in the packaging, like greys and oranges, and maybe have the word dog somewhere in it. But essentially it was a pretty weak attempt at caring for my rapidly aging skin. But in the last few months I've sought to remedy this by learning about skincare, what kind of products I need, when I need to use them, maybe what not to use as well, because it can be pretty confusing. And I certainly have got lost in the vast world of skincare influencers and the advice they're giving, because whilst a lot of it seems to be very logical and they explain it very well, I'm just not sure I need a 17-step routine just yet. So I questioned some dermatologists about this, and I found a really simple 3-step routine, morning and evening, that I've put together, and so far it's looking okay, right? Maybe not, I don't know. I had a heavy weekend. So hangovers aside, I'm here to share with you my 3-step process and how I look after my skin now that I realised I'm getting older. And just as an aside, this is an evolving process. It's something I'm going to be testing more products out as well, and I'll be giving you my reviews. So this is very much a starting point for me. I'm not a dermatologist, I'm just someone that's learning about this stuff. And if you do have any other product recommendations or things you'd like to see me try, drop them in the comments as well. Before we do jump into it though, I'd just like to ask if you get anything from the video at all. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, check out archonwards.com for pre and menswear, and sign up to the Substack The Guidance as well, which is just a newsletter I send out with links to any items we discuss in videos, pre-owned items I find during the week as well, and just general ramblings, but everything will be in the description. But enough about me, let's get into this skincare routine. So the way I set this out is 3 steps, morning and evening. And in the morning, the first step is to cleanse, then it's to moisturize, and then it's to protect. So that's using sunscreen. I'll go into greater detail in a second, but I just want to highlight the sort of process we've got. Then in the evening, it's cleanse again, so washing away all the grubby stuff you picked up during the day. Then it's a formula, which again we'll discuss in a second, and then finally moisturize. So 3 very simple steps that really don't take that long to do, and honestly, since I have been doing it, I have really noticed the difference. So what products have I been using? So in the morning with the cleansing, and now a lot of people will say to use a cleanser. I've actually spoken to a couple of dermatologists and watched a lot of content of skincare products, and a lot of them are saying in the morning just washing your face with lukewarm water is absolutely fine. So you can use a cleanser for this, and the one I use is this one here, this CeraVe Cleanser Control. And this is the blemish control cleanser. So this has ceramides, which create a barrier that helps prevent moisture loss, salicylic acid, which helps the skin to shed dead cells, and niacinamide, which has been shown to ease inflammation and can help with skin conditions like eczema. So the way it works is put it on your skin, leave it for about a minute to a half, just so it can work its magic, and then wash it off. A lot of people do just wash it off immediately, and that really doesn't give it the time to work. So next step is to moisturize, and for this I've been using the Pharmacy Honey Halo. This stuff includes ceramides, as we mentioned before, and it smells unbelievable. It smells like honey, and it's not too heavy for my skin, and for me this has been one of my favorite products. It also, and I don't know if I'm really showing how much of a noob I am to this, but it also came with this little metal applier thing that was on here, and there's a magnet in there, and I really loved that, but I did lose it. And finally, for the morning, this is so important. Every day, no matter if you're inside or you're outside, UV rays will get you, and they will damage your skin, they will cause premature aging, and potentially other bad things like skin cancer. So this is super important. I originally picked up the regular sunscreen version, which is a similar sort of bottle to this, bit bigger, but it was causing me a bit of a breakout, especially around my nose, and yeah, that seemed to be coming from the sunscreen whenever I was putting it on. So instead what I picked up was this primer, which I believe is stuff you put on under makeup, and it's got the factor 50 in it as well. And it's helped me to build up a tolerance for the other regular sunscreen, so I don't get that issue with the breakouts anymore. But this was a lot softer. It also is a lot better for white cast, so when you put on sunscreen, especially factor 50, you get a lot of white sort of streaks on your face or white staining on your face. This is just a bit softer in that sense, because the regular sunscreen, because it's factor 50, it's super strong. It can leave a lot of white marks over your face. This stuff doesn't as much. I found with the sunscreen as well, if you rub it in enough, it actually just goes away. But this is a nice little entry product, I feel, and it has the protection in it as well. And that is everything for the morning routine. Pretty simple, just 3 products. I do have some additional ones which I will discuss right at the end that are more add-ons and things I'm not really sure about keeping in my routine. But for the evening, what we start off with is a cleanser, as I mentioned before. So I use the CeraVe cleanser. So a lot of people say to maybe not cleanse every night if it's a strong cleanser, so I maybe use something softer. I'm kind of on the lookout for something of a little bit more of a softer, lighter cleanser for days that I'm not using this, because I don't think this is that strong, but I think it's stronger than maybe you should use every day, especially if you're using the next product, which is a retinol. So I've picked up this one from Neutrogena, and it's called the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Retinol Moisturiser for night times. It's got a very light amount of retinol. This seems to be the sort of magic ingredient when it comes to skincare, and what it does is increase skin cell production and can exfoliate the skin as well. Because the one thing we want to do as well when it comes to skincare and looking your age or younger or better, whatever you want to call it, is having an even skin tone, and that's what this really helps with. Now, I deliberately went for a weak one to start off with because I wanted my skin to get used to it, because supposedly if you do have stronger versions of retinol, it can irritate the skin quite a bit. I think I did try an eye cream years ago, and I put it on my eyes over the evening, and every time I woke up, my eyes were dry. They were sometimes had dry skin on them, and I stopped using the product completely because it just seemed to be completely counterproductive to what I wanted to do, and that's moisturize the skin. But actually what you need to do is build up your tolerance with your skin to risks, and then you start seeing the real benefits. So what I should have done is continue or go to a lower sort of dose and then build my way up. But yeah, definitely go lower to start off with if you're new to retinol. You can also get the next thing, which is a tretinoin or tretinoin, I believe, and that is the sort of next form. And think of this as a Pokemon, and tretinoin is the next form of that. That actually has to be prescribed by a skin specialist or a dermatologist. There are sites that do this for you online. I think when I sort of build my tolerance up, I've nearly finished this anyway, so I think that might be the next step for me. And now one thing as well with this is a lot of people say retinols make your skin more sensitive to sunlight, therefore it's even more important when you use this to use sunscreen as well. And also, if you do find retinol quite an irritant to your skin to start off with, you can put a base layer of moisturiser on first, then put the retinol on, and then move on to the next step, which is moisturiser. Again, I'll be using the same moisturiser as before, nothing special for the evenings, it's just moisturising, getting that on your skin, and then you're good to go to bed. And that essentially is my skincare routine currently. Now, there are some other products that I have that I really do like, but I'm not sure if they're completely necessary. So one, we've got this Wake Up Honey eye cream with vitamin C in it. This is from Pharmacy as well, the same as the moisturiser. Now, vitamin C is a product that I do feel is beneficial from what I've been reading into and listening to, and it's something I'm going to be exploring more with future products. But for now, I've just been using this eye cream occasionally, and I do like it. Now, I have also heard counterpoints where a lot of people and dermatologists are saying that expensive eye creams are a bit of a waste of money, and then you can actually get it from your moisturiser or from the next product I'm going to talk about in a second. And so I'm kind of torn with it. I mean, it is a very small little thing. You do have to just put very small little dabs onto your eyes, just very tiny blots. You can see there's not a lot in there, but this has lasted me ages, so it really hasn't been something that I've seen a huge improvement from, apart from I do kind of like it, and just I feel like I'm doing something extra putting it on my eyes. But there are a lot of people that say you don't need it, so I leave that one up to you. When I've got it, I'm going to use it and do a bit more research around that as well. The other thing that some people say, and especially if you're a little bit more sensitive around the eyes, is using Vaseline. Now, this is a really great product in terms of using this in a bit more sensitive areas, like say like under your eyes could be really helpful. Also use it for like your ears as well, because for me it's good to use something in those areas that haven't got lots of like stuff in it. You know that you can use this, it's pretty safe, and it's good for most skin types. And then finally, the other skincare product I wanted to bring to your attention was this Brazilian Bum Cream. So this was gifted to me, and I have to admit, when I first got it, I kind of dismissed it out of hand. I mean, I'm not going to put anything on my bum. After a while, I realised that it's actually a moisturiser, and for your skin and for, you know, other areas. And when I did open it up, I smelled it. It smells unbelievable. Like, it is the best smelling thing I've ever smelled, and I can't get enough of it. So I apply this normally to like my neck and like chest area, because this is another area that does age you quite rapidly. So I've been using this a lot on my neck. You can just use regular moisturiser, but because I have this and because I absolutely love the smell, this is a great product, and one I will be buying again, no matter how ridiculous the name is. But anyway, guys, that was my skincare routine. Again, this is something I'm evolving, I'm learning about more. I will be trying out more products. I'll be letting you know how I get on with them. All of these are kind of running out, so I'm going to try to just move on to something different. There was the one from Pharrell that he brought out a little while ago, which I'm quite interested to try out. So I'll be trialing others, and I'll let you know how it goes. But also, if you have any recommendations, do drop them in the comments. And if you have any other steps that you have in your routine, drop them in the comments also. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember to check out archonwards.com for pre-owned menswear. Sign up to the Substack, the guidance. Again, I'll put everything in the description. I'll see you in the next one.